Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be matchmaking the UFC Welterweight division. We're going to be going down in descending order, so we're going to start off with JDM, who's the champ, then Belal Muhammad, then Sean Brady. Now, if you do go on to enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe, and let me know what you think about matchmaking inside the comments below, because personally I think it's flawless, because I'm biased. But we're going to get started. We're going to start off with Jack Della Maddalena. We all know who JDM is going to be fighting. You know what I mean? I didn't have to think too long in this one. We all know he's going to be fighting. Islam's going to be moving up. Personally, I think JDM gets this one done. Volkanovski gave Islam Makhachev a very tough fight when they fought in the first fight. The second fight was, it's 12 days notice. So, but I think JDM will defend his belt against Islam Makhachev, in my opinion, and I think Islam will be in a pretty tough situation deciding what he does. Does he move back down to lightweight, fight Ilia Topuria, or does he, stay at welterweight? But this is the fight to make, and this is very important as well because it allows the rest of the division to kind of catch up. Because at the moment there isn't really a clear-cut contender who can sit there and go, I'm next. They're all kind of sat there on the same level. With this Islam Makhachev fight, it gives the division time to figure itself out and produce a number one contender, which is very, very important. So we're going to move on to someone who is ranked number one. Belal Muhammad. The guy I think Belal should fight is Kamaru Usman. These guys have beef. Okay, they have the podcast, which Kamaru Usman did not release. Belal Muhammad probably cooked Usman on his own podcast, so Usman decided not to release the podcast. These guys have genuine beef behind it. This will be a very fun matchup. If Usman wins, he's back in the title picture. If Belal wins, he's going to need another win after that. But it gets him one step closer. I love this fight. You could probably put it as a co-main event on a pay-per-view because these guys actually are very underrated trash talk as well. We saw the Usman trash talk inside the Edwards trilogy, don't let him bully you, son. And Belal Muhammad actually has underrated trash talk. Obviously, he has no charisma whatsoever to really, chain the lines together and rile up his opponent. But he does have underrated trash talk when he's actually trying to talk smack. So this would be an interesting fight. Put it as a co-main. I think Belal Muhammad probably gets this one done, in my opinion. I think his boxing's better, and on the ground, I think it's very close between them. I think Belal Muhammad will get this one done by close decision, in my opinion. So 48-47 decision. I think it should happen. Moving down, Sean Brady, who is currently ranked number 2. I think he should fight Ian Machado Gary. Now, these guys have expressed the fact they want to fight each other. I think Sean Brady versus Ian Gary is a very good matchup. These guys, they don't have a lot of beef, but they want to fight each other. I'm all for it. This is an interesting matchup. Brady's very good on the ground. Ian Gary doesn't really have the most fun style, but he is one of the most well-rounded fighters inside the division, and he is a tough matchup for everyone just because of how well-rounded he is. I would probably pick Sean Brady to win this one. I think he's just much better than Ian Gary on the ground. I think his jiu-jitsu and his wrestling base will be too much for him, but Ian Gary could, slowly work his way to a boring 48-47 decision. But I would be picking Sean Brady to get this one done. Moving on, Shavkat Rakhmonov. Now, this is a weird one because Shavkat, he's very inactive. And I don't know if you guys know what's gone on with Shavkat over the past, week and what's gone on in his personal life. I don't think he's going to be in a training camp anytime soon. So, I'm matching up with Belal Muhammad. I reckon Belal Muhammad, coming off a Kamaru Usman win or loss, doesn't really matter, would be next in line for Shavkat Rakhmonov. I don't think he should fight for the title. He's too inactive to get a clear-cut title shot. That ship for Shavkat has sailed because now the division has caught up with him, which is unfortunate, but, I don't see Shavkat Rakhmonov fighting for the rest of the year. I also don't see him fighting early next year either. If he's Muslim, which I think he is, he probably doesn't want to fight through Ramadan either. So, Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Belal Muhammad. It's the fight that makes sense in my opinion. There's not really anyone else to give Shavkat either. So that's what I'm thinking. Moving on. Leon Edwards, ranked number 4 in the division. He's on a losing streak at the moment. He's lost 2 on the bounce. He's lost to Sean Brady. He's lost to Belal Muhammad. It's not just like he lost those fights either. He got dominated and destroyed in those fights. So this guy that I'm giving him, currently ranked number 7, it is Michael Morales. Because Edwards, he's been given 2 back-to-back grappling. He's now been given a pure striker in a striking matchup. But this is a must-win for Edwards because if he doesn't win, he's kind of cooked. Belal Muhammad and the Sean Brady loss, well, they're just bad stylistic matchups for him. This is a stylistic matchup for him where it's a pure striker versus a pure striker. If he loses a pure striking exchange, it could be over for him at the top of the welterweight division anyway. In terms of who I think would win this matchup, I would probably pick Michael Morales to get this one done. He's got about 4 inches of reach on Leon, so I think that's going to be a deciding factor inside this fight, especially with the striking on Michael Morales. And he does have good power, and Edwards' chin is it ain't that good. Edwards can't take a hard shot, you know what I mean? So I would probably pick Michael Morales to get this one done, but this is the matchup I think should happen for Leon Edwards. Moving on. Last matchup, Joaquin Buck. He's obviously coming off that Kamaru Usman loss where he got dominated. I'm going to say he got dominated by Kamaru Usman. He has huge holes in his game, needs to work on them. I think he should take on the loser of Sean Brady versus Ian Gary. I don't know when this would be made. If they get the Brady versus Gary matchup made in like September or October, then we could be looking at a Joaquin Buckley inside January or February. I would like to see him fight Ian Gary though, with Ian Gary, his wife, and Joaquin Buckley. There's some beef there. I would like to see that matchup. So in an ideal world, Ian Gary loses to Sean Brady. We get Ian Gary versus Buck. Buck versus Cox. So yeah. So these are my matchups that I would make in the welterweight division. Let me know what you think of them inside the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.